Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 5 of the 2013 Monster Energy Motocross Nationals with Brian Coster and Mark Travers in the start straight of the Gopher Dunes National Track, one of the roughest motocross tracks in the world. Fabs, an absolute scorcher of a day here to start the Eastern Swing. But let's get into that Eastern Swing. A couple of new faces and some faces we're going to miss, of course, as we start the East.
Yeah, huge things going on here. Kevin Benoit hurt during the week practicing, broke his ankle. He's out, but the KTM boys, they've got a deep pool of resources. They brought up Jesse Wetlands from Minnesota, qualified 5th fast, so that's huge news. And back is Sean Moffenbauer in MX2 on the 2-stroke Yamaha. So we've got a few guys that got hurt early back. Villapoto was out. He's back. Huge crash in practice, but he's lining up, so that kid is tough.
Let's get into MX1 because I think that's where all of the big stir is happening, especially with the 148 of Cole Thompson. Obviously, Cole Thompson, regarded as one of the fastest Canadians, has been racing down in the United States for the last 18 months. He's up here. I think this is a good thing for him, not only for his confidence, but also for a situation where he can get out there and race at the front. I think that's where he needs to be right now.
Got a good qualifying time, and this is not his favorite track. Like, he's from around here. He boycotts this place, so good on him. Dig deep, come to a track that's kind of his nemesis, race, and under the big tent. It's awesome. The whole country is behind this youngster. KTM is a company that has a huge reach in the U.S. This can open a lot of doors from him, and with names like Roger DeCoster and Ryan Dungey, hey man, who wouldn't want to be affiliated? Talked to his brother, adapted to the bike like that, and felt like it was much better than what he was on previously. So good things from him.
And again, once with the KTM team, we're talking about the return of Dusty Klatt, of course, missing the West with that knee injury that he had in the winter. So it's great to see the number 3 on the line for that team. Let's get to the track. Again, attrition today, Brian. The weather is stiflingly hot. The humidity is way up, and this track is menacing.
Without question, the hottest day of the summer. Just our luck here at Gopher Dunes. And this track, you couldn't have said it better, Travs, menacing. I make this facility akin to a mud race. You just have to stay on 2 wheels and don't stall the bike. It's gonna get so gnarly, so rough. Guys will be dropping like flies. This is a traditional track where guys will just stall it and tip over. Exhaustion kicks in. So I'm telling the youngsters, just stay focused. Even if you rock 80%, you could be somewhere in the top 10 at the end of the day.
There you go. Words of wisdom right here from Fabulous. Okay, MX2 gate's about to drop. Let's get racing. Brian Costa and Mark Travers in the booth with the MX2 pilots out on parade. Fabs, let's get caught up on the points after 4 of 9.
Thanks, Travis. Politelli has a good jump on the rest of the fellows. Benoit hurt, opening the door for Nada, Clark, and Ingalls. It's pretty tight. Today is an important day in the championship.
Well, Fabs, you know when we come to the Gopher Dunes track, we love to spend some time down in Norfolk County, nestled on the shores of Lake Erie. It's a fabulous place. I know you spend a lot of time out there mountain biking and just taking in the sights.
Oh, you got it. Great mountain bike trails in Turkey Point. Done a lot of jet skiing down in the lake. Just a gorgeous place to hang out. The beach. Love it.
You got that right, Fabs. Okay, next time you're taking a tour to Gopher Dunes, have a look at Norfolk County. It's a stinker out here. MX2 boys, get ready to go. Welcome back to the Gopher Dunes MX track in Courtland, Ontario, as we see the lovely Monster Mary Lou bringing that Moto 1 board across. That means one thing only, Fabs. It's time to go racing. I see the lovely Kate bringing that 30 board out with Jacqueline, a new monster girl for this weekend. This first MX2 Moto will be brought to you by MX Performance Magazine, the #1 motocross magazine in the country. Paul Kingsley with the sleeves rolled up. It's a bit of a 50s look for him today on this hot day in Gopher Dunes, Fabs.
I think he's just looking for any way to get some cooling. Stifling hot. Look at the mechanics fanning the riders with the pit boards. There is 0 wind, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And look at this. This is the new boy, Jesse Wetland, on the inside, sitting back, kind of like a concrete start because there's so much wheel spin here. Wetland gets off, and let's see, how does he make out in the first turn?
Up to the P-Dub drone, we get a wide shot of the start. It looks like the number 13 of Topher Ingalls with a dynamite jump out of the gate. He gets that roll distributing hole shot as we go on board the 29 of Zach Deanna.
Deanna just showing us what it's like to get a terrible start here. He is swallowed up by the pack, and he is getting roosted in our camera, already getting some sand all over it.
The number 57, we got a rider down. That was the 42 of Nicky Beattie. This is his first race of the season. Brian's been down in the States. Looks like the number 20, Richard Gray, got swallowed up, and another Gopher Dunes bike.
Oh my goodness, and the Allison twins, I think that's Nathan Bless, another favorite. So we've got some key players down early on here in World Moto 1.
Some great visuals from the P-Dub drone, Brian, as we go for the battle for second. That is James Roberts, number 38, on that beautiful Honda going inside of the Gopher Dunes Honda 57 of Savage, so some action early up front.
Huge style points for Roberts over the finish line table top. A big whip, and he is on fire right now. Look at that jump for Ingalls off to the right, number 13. You could not time that better if you tried. What a monstrous hole shot for the RTR Honda rider from California.
And great visuals on board Zach Deanna. You see how he got swallowed up coming to that corner, even though it's very wide. Back to the battle for third place. Austin Paulatelli, the number 102, has found Blake Savage. Of course, this is Savage's home track, the Gopher Dunes track. He's got a lot of training laps on this facility. Although today, Brian, I don't know. It is unlike any other training day. Oh my goodness, Savage goes down. Paulatelli runs right into the back of him.
Man, that's third and fourth place riders. They're kicking away. Savage trying to find neutral. These bikes hard to start when they're hot. Paulatelli keeps her running. He's gone. But look at poor Blake Savage. Oh, not a good way to start the race. Here it is, Travis. He comes in, business as usual. He's trying hard and just classic low slide. Paulatelli's got nowhere to go and just lawn darts himself right into the ground. Man, oh man, struggling early on for these boys.
Shows how slippery it is out here, Brian. Remember, Paulatelli was ultra dominant in 2011 in this track. Now back to the battle for fourth. The 28 two-stroke of Jerry Lorenz with a quick pass on Lynchy on the inside. I love that corner.
Yeah, Anthony Lungi, number 81, a local boy on that Rhino Tech Cowie, having a great moto. He has not been following the tour, but he is right up in the mix with these super fast pro riders, so good on him.
All eyes have been on the number 539. That's the MX-101 two-stroke 250 Honda amateur rider, Dylan Wright. He was unbelievable yesterday. Goes outside on Lynchy. Oh my goodness, he was dynamite, Brian. He carries speed on a two-stroke as good as anybody I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, there he goes, tucks right up the inside. Anthony gets up in the soft stuff, but look at the comebacker for Paulatelli already up the inside of young 15-year-old Dylan Wright. Takes him right to the edge of the track. Nice line, good solid pass. 15 years old though. Watch Dylan Wright. He is there in that bright yellow and pink outfit with the black on yellow numbers.
A lot of times though, an experienced rider will do a bold move like that, Brian. That's showing his dominance out on the track. We've got a rider off the track. That's Lorenz, for crying out loud. Oh my goodness, he was running fourth, Brian, and he had something going on. Lorenz was hot on the two-stroke, and he is DNFing.
Something catastrophic, obviously. He is definitely dejected. Look at this rider now. Ingalls just hopping and skipping these bumps and jumps. Takes so much focus to ride this track mistake-free. U.S. rider Roberts has a nice gap on Tyler Villapoto, who is currently sitting third. Now the battle for eighth. Quebec rider Stanley Clare on the Cowie being pressured by the Minnesota upstart Jesse Wetland, who is here to replace Kevin Benoit.
Oh, and he goes inside on Clare and just throws him over the berm. That was a very bold pass. Wetland did not get a great start, Brian, but he's been busted through the pack with passes like that.
Poor Stanley, a very likable young man, and he's lucky to keep the bike running, but loses a ton of position.
To the battle for third place, the number 5 of Tyler Villapoto. You talked about him already, Brian. Had a huge crash in practice this morning. I did not think he was going to ride. Oh, Paulatelli uses that inside cutter and gets by him for third. Let's see if Villapoto can follow. They can get a bit of a freight train.
I'm telling you, man, Paulatelli is flying on this racetrack. After his earlier crash, he has remounted and put that all behind him. And like you said, he showed dominance on this track just 2 years ago, and that style is coming right back. But he's got a little bit of ground to catch up, and Roberts a bit of a slapper off the tabletop.
Ingalls in the lead, Roberts in second. Back to the number 5 of Tyler Villapoto, sitting now in fourth place, getting ready to go over that finish line. This is where he crashed in the morning. It was just violent, and here comes the two-stroke of Dylan Wright. Oh my, carrying speed, Brian. 15 years old, back on the saddle. That kid, he's dangerous.
He has got a future in the sport of motocross. There was a lot of talk about him, but talk is cheap. He is delivering right now. Travis, battle for second. Look at that Paulatelli line. He knows how to find the smooth way around this track.
That roller section, Brian, was developing this morning to be one of the most difficult parts of the track. You saw Roberts through the middle. Very tough line, Paulatelli play on the inside, smooth as silk.
Yeah, he definitely has an eye, but then Roberts stifled himself when he landed. Now look at this, 6th place. We've got issues. Lungi makes a bit of a mistake. Wetland opens the door, but I tell you, Anthony has held him off for a lot of laps. Oh, and a big fishtailer. And here comes Moffenmeyer. He's taking a peek.
To our 2nd place rider, the number 38 of James Roberts. Look at how rough this track is getting right now. Oh, catches his foot. Oh, and Roberts goes down hard, but still manages to hold onto the bar and keep the bike up. Impressive.
Very impressive, Travis. Exhaustion definitely setting in. He's got to find neutral because these bikes are super hard to start. Otherwise, here he comes. There's that foot catch. Just gets his foot up on the seat. Can't get it down in time. Almost saves it. The bike just dances around right over him and lands on 2 wheels. It's a nice little balancing point. I think he's done this a time or 2, Travis.
Oh, tough one for Roberts, especially because he was in 2nd place for most of the moto. Brian, to our leader, the number 13 of Topher Ingles, who has led wire to wire. He got the world distributing hole shot, and with riding like that, Brian, he is still in the lead.
You just see how treacherous this place is. And look at Politelli now. He is slowed right down. He was just flying here earlier in the race, kind of caught up in some lap traffic, but what a ride for him with that crash, Travis, up to 2nd spot.
To the number 10 of Sean Moffenmeyer, Rockstar Yamaha 2-stroke. Brian, this is his first race back from crashing in the first practice of round 1, so great signs from him. He's made his way all the way up to 4th. You knew he was going to be fast, Brian. Had to get his sea legs, there's no doubt about that. To the RTR Performance Honda of Topher Ingles, coming up to take his first moto win of the season, Brian, in the MX2 class. This guy's been lightning fast all season, and a great pickup for that RTR Honda team.
Topher left nothing on the table. Let's see what he has to say about it after the break.
Welcome back to Gopher Dunes. Oh, hello there, Mary Lou. Tossing out some monster beer coolies. A great crowd here out to watch the National at the Gopher Dunes track. Let's get to our top 10 first MX2 moto. Ingles, Politelli, Wentland in 3rd. Moffenmeyer, you saw that in 4th. Dylan Wright finishes 5th. I love that. Halstead, Allison Noddet, and Parker Nelson rounding out the top 10.
Talk to us about the track. Getting the lead like that, what was going through your mind? Did you know guys were coming? You must have been thinking about Politelli a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he was in my mind about 3 laps in. I was just thinking sprint, 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 try and get away, and I saw the gap was at 12, and I was a little surprised, and I didn't know who was in 2nd, so I just tried to keep it on because I didn't know if Politelli was coming up through the pack or what, and just tried to stay consistent and held on.
You got to feel good, though, with your charge. You got into 2nd. You just rode your own race. Tell us about the track and the conditions out there.
Yeah, it's like different than when I was here in 2011. There's lines everywhere. I think it's a little bit wetter, so I think 2nd moto will be better.
One aspect to our sport is how much it wears you out and how tough it is on you. I enjoy that, you know, I enjoy the challenge. I love racing every week. I know a lot of guys enjoy the weeks off. I look for the next race I can do. You know, I just feel that that's the best practice that you can get. I want to come out here and win. I don't want to take a week off. I want to win, and I want to, you know, provide for my family, and I just want to do good. This is who I am. I'm a racer, and you know, I just enjoy that part of it. You know, I think, you know, it just plays different for your mentality, and for me, I feel, yeah, I train enough and I'm tough enough to not go without a week off. You know, we have a little bit of off season, you know, pretty much from October to December. Still, we hit some races. I try to enjoy that time, and you know, this is my job. You don't get a free day, a free week off, you know, when you're a pipe fitter or doing what you guys do. You know, why should I?
Getting the skinny on the Ironman, one of the toughest men in motocross, the number 2 of Bobby Canary, getting ready to take care of some business in the sand. And our fastest qualifier in the MX1 class this morning was the number 11 of Teddy Marifaz. We talked about some new faces. Of course, the number 3 of Dusty Klatt. Don't forget about the 37 of Kyle Keestu's back. Let's get to those points.
After 4 of 9, Metcalf has a nice jump on the rest of the field, but it's actually pretty tight in behind him. And look at the big names. This series is far from over, Travis.
It certainly is, and the 148 of Cole Thompson riding Colton Fasciati's bike, getting ready to take care of business. Let's see what that KTM pilot has in store. This is the 2013 Monster Energy Motocross Nationals. Mark Travers and Brian Koster in the booth with the lovely Monster Kate. That's Kate with a C, bringing that Moto 1 board across. Mary Lou getting that 30 up, and we are getting ready to rock and roll. First MX1 Moto riders are on the line. Great shot of Metcalf and Mir. Those are teammates. This first MX1 Moto will be fueled by Monster Energy beverages. Brian?
Yum, yum, yum. 40 riders lined up for the first turn. Mary Lou goes to 5. Kingsley's checking his watch. Graysick right there. Cole Thompson, second one in on the 148. Filling in for an injured Colton Fasciati, and the gate is down. There's a nice wheelie out of the hole for Thompson.
Oh, and 224 Harrison gets blown wide as we go on board the 32 FXR Yamaha of Brock Hoyer. Huge sweeping left-hander. Brian, great start for Hoyer, but also the 46 of Tyler Rader. And how about the 39 of Sean Robinson?
Jerry Medalia's teammate Robertson out of Quebec. Another MX 101 pilot with a great start, but I'm loving Hoyer here. He's taking a peek up the inside of Robinson. This is 4th, 5th right now, so we got a great start with our helmet cam.
Brock Hoyer's been sitting inside the top 10, Brian, and riding terrific. The full series this year, all the way west to east. And we've got a new pilot that we haven't seen, the number 515 of Mike Sotilli, sitting in second place. In the lead right now is the number 7 of Tyler Medalia. He got the Royal Distributing hole shot, Brian. He's a specialist out there.
He is looking good all day in the morning warm-ups and qualifying. I thought he looked poised and confident, and we know Tyler is in great shape. So he is all poised for this heat. Thompson with a big low slide, riding so fast right there, and just lost 6th place. Down he goes. Nice replay of the Royal Distributing hole shot. Look at Medalia, just finds the hookup. Look at the roost and just crosses that line. Bam, 300 buckaroosties.
Uh-oh, Brian, off the start, too. One bike in the corner, and that's the number 3 of Dusty Clad. Tough one for him.
Devastating. Clad back from ACL knee reconstruction only 4 months and 1 week ago. It's unheard of to rebound that quickly from such invasive surgery. 5th place, Teddy Mayer snags it.
On board with Brock Hoyer. You saw how Mayer had that inside line on the drift action cam. Look at Hoyer, though. He looks really aggressive out there.
He is on the gas, and this helmet cam really brings it into the living room, what it's like to do battle on this racetrack. Now second place man Sotilli with the green Cowie banner all caught up in his back wheel. Oh, an aggressive move for the lead, swaps into first place, and Tyler just eats a little bit of roost from that New England guy.
Metcalf sitting in 3rd. Sotilli came in really hard in that corner. Number 4, Gavin Graysick with a great start sitting in 4th. And I have a feeling Mayer, yes, he's in 5th place over that right. Oh, and a great correction, Brian.